And I'm not going to look at that kettle because a watch pot doesn't boil. Actually, scientifically, a watch pot does boil because it's about the temperature of the water. I could watch it if I wanted to. Okay. It's Monday. Time to moutarde. Currently, here in Vancouver, the temperature is hot as balls. You may or may not know, BC is basically on fire, with 219 fires burning today. The last few days, we've been finally able to open our windows due to our air quality warning being lifted, which means before that, we had to keep our windows closed in 30-degree weather with no air conditioning. Too hot for bodies. Taking a page from our friends down south, I'm going to make 2 versions of iced tea that are both refreshing, caffeinated, and excellent vessels for booze. Today we're making Earl Grey iced tea with a rosemary simple syrup and a green tea with mint simple syrup. For this recipe, you're going to need fresh mint leaves, fresh rosemary, 2 cups of sugar, 2 large mason jars with lids, 1 medium-sized pot, a kettle for boiling water, 2 extra large mason jars to steep your tea in and keep your tea in, and finally tea, green tea and Earl Grey tea, whatever brand you prefer. Let's get started. So when you're making simple syrup, you basically want equal parts of water and sugar. So I've got 1 cup of water and 1 cup of sugar. You can use cane sugar, demerara sugar, or you can just use plain old white sugar. Normally I would use cane sugar or something fancier, but this one's all I have and it's too hot to go outside. Get yourself a little spoonsy, give it a little stir. Fish out whatever that is, because that's not supposed to be in there. So we're starting with the rosemary simple syrup. So once this simple syrup comes to a boil, we're going to then take it off the heat and add our rosemary. Now what I've got here is a large mason jar. So we're going to put the simple syrup in, add the rosemary syrup, or the rosemary. Put the shit in there and the thing and ta-da! Let that sit. It's awesome. It'll keep in the fridge. So we're going to use a little bit to sweeten our iced tea, but also you can keep it in the fridge or, I don't know, making cocktails. Speaking of cocktails, Mama needs another drink. That's right. In the comments, or sorry, in the little area below, I'm going to leave a link to my blog. There'll be a blog corresponding with each of my videos. So when you click on the blog, it's going to give you the recipes for everything that's in the videos. And it's also going to give you a little rundown of what happened and then, I don't know, some cheeky remarks. I'll tie myself down. We'll see what happens. Just enough gin to make it feel like I meditated today. One thing Vancouverites know is rain. So you can understand why we got a little antsy when we went over 25 days dry without a drop of rain. Magic. So the way I make Earl Grey, I use Twinings Earl Grey. They didn't hear me say that, I just really like it. I use the loose kind. So we just take our little tea ball. If you've ever seen one of these before, they're awesome for making loose teas. So it screws together like this, comme ça, and it has a little hook on it, so you can hook it onto your tea kettle or your teacup or wherever it is that you're going to be steeping your tea. almost didn't have enough gin for that. Took it into my giant mason jar. The syrup is boiling. I'm going to take it off the stove, add my rosemary. I'm just going to put a lid on it. Not literally. I mean, literally I'm going to put a lid on it. I meant like, not figuratively. You want to remove it from the heat. Almost there. The water in there. Let that steep. Fill our trusty kettle. Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Death metal. So again, same recipe for the simple syrup, the mint simple syrup. We're going to do a cup of water and a cup of sugar. So basically when you make simple syrup, whatever quantity that you want to make, it's 1 for 1. So whatever you do for sugar, match that with water. Boiling the kettle and getting that all sorted and getting the simple syrup on a boil. We don't have fans, we don't have AC. Also, add on top of that, massive amounts of smoke pooling into the basin, which basically is Vancouver, from large amounts of forest fires burning on the island and the mainland. It's been hot, y'all. Interesting thing to note, we have a very sensitive smoke alarm in our home. Massive plumes of wildfire smoke coming in the windows. Boil a kettle, it's apocalypse now. So we're gonna let that steep. We're gonna come back in a minute and we're gonna add some ice to a glass and we're gonna do a little taste test on these bad boys and get refreshed as fuck. Okay. So we're gonna try our teas now. I'm just gonna fill 2 glasses with ice. So you want to add 1 shot of simple syrup to your drink. I am going to use my favorite shot glass, the Big Bend National Park, Texas shot glass. Earl Grey iced tea with rosemary simple syrup. It's that easy. Needs more gin. We're gonna try our green tea with simple syrup. Like that color. There you have it. One way to beat the heat here in British Columbia or wherever you are where it's really hot. Delicious iced teas with homemade simple syrup. Not that hard to do, super fun, and also, as mentioned, a perfect vessel for booze. Well, this has been Moutarde Mondays, and I'm pretty excited about this first edition, so I hope you liked it too. If you have any comments or any suggestions or something you want to see me make in Moutarde Mondays to come, I really enjoyed it. Mondays, just come here, man. You got a case of the Mondays? Come be with Moutarde. This is how we're going to be doing it. And doing it, and doing it well. Until next week, bye-bye. Just a perfect day. Problems are left alone.